Russian forces have advanced deeper into Bakhmut in recent days, according to Ukrainian soldiers there, moving house by house and threatening Ukraine's hold on the eastern city, which Russia has made its main immediate target. The Russian advance has been incremental and comes with heavy losses, Ukrainian commanders say. Ukrainian military and civilian leaders have said they would stand and fight for the city and seek to whittle down Russian forces engaged in costly assaults. Deeper Russian penetration into the city leaves Kyiv facing the choice of whether to pursue bloody street fighting or to withdraw to preserve troops. Ukrainian forces hold higher ground to the west of Bakhmut that is more easily defensible, and commanders have said the city holds little strategic value. But Bakhmut has taken on a symbolic significance in recent months, as Russia seeks to expand its hold on the eastern Donbass region. Moscow has dispatched thousands of fighters from the paramilitary Wagner group, many of them convicted criminals, in an effort to retake the city. Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky visited the city in December and called it Fortress Bakhmut. He has suggested that Ukrainian will stand firm and seek to bleed Russian forces. The more Russia loses in this battle for Donbass, the less its overall potential will be, Mr. Zelensky said in his nightly address Thursday. We know what the occupiers are planning. We are countering it. The Russian push comes as the war, approaching its first anniversary, has turned into a series of grinding battles along relatively static front lines, with neither side holding a clear upper hand. Ukraine had taken the initiative last fall with a lightning assault in the northeast and an offensive in the south that reclaimed swaths of territory. But Moscow rushed tens of thousands of draftees and paramilitaries to shore up the front lines. Russia is seeking a breakthrough here before the arrival of tanks pledged by Kyiv's Western allies, which Ukrainian says will help it slice through Russian lines and take back more territory. The US and European allies promised dozens of armored vehicles to Ukraine, including main battle tanks more powerful than the older models fielded by Russia. A soldier from a tank unit operating Soviet-era T-72s in Bakhmut said Ukrainian urgently needed that help. They've seized a lot of positions, so the fight has become much harder. He said, "We can hold the city, but only if we have help." Russia, meanwhile, appears to be banking on the brute force of waves of troops. Ukrainian Lieutenant Oleksandr Matviyenko, the commander of a unit operating reconnaissance drones in Bakhmut, says that since Russia mobilized some 300,000 people and contracted thousands of criminals into Wagner, it has a seemingly endless supply of troops. We mow down one group, then another comes. The commander of a Ukrainian artillery unit positioned on a hill overlooking the city said he has had to replace the barrel of the Soviet-era gun he uses after firing 1,500 shells toward Russian positions in the past month. If they advance further into Bakhmut, he said, the Russians will grind against it like cheese against a grater. Russia has in recent weeks taken Klishkiivka to the south and Solder to the north, and is trying to surround Bakhmut from three directions. The city is being pounded daily by rockets, artillery, and mortar fire, and small arms exchanges can be heard from the eastern side, where Ukrainian and Russian units face off on two parallel streets. The city center has become a ghost town. The only vehicles navigating the streets are dusty cars ferrying troops. Stray animals scavenge on heaps of trash left to rot by municipal workers who fled the city. Writing scrawled on the sides of buildings reads, "Bakhmut is Ukraine and Russian pigs will die." At a children's hospital on the western side of the city that now handles wounded Ukrainian soldiers, an arrow outside the entrance points left to a section marked concussions, and another points right toward a ward specializing in shrapnel wounds and serious injuries. A paramedic at the hospital said earlier this week that he sleeps 2 hours a day and is reaching a breaking point. 2 days later, Russia shelled the hospital, forcing the doctors and patients to move for the second time in the space of a month.